morning, and I have David Easel on the line. How you doing today, David?
Bernadette, I'm doing awesome, love, and excited about this topic.
I am too. I am. I just had to go there because I know you're so excited. We love your energy. We weren't making fun of you. We were just kind of, like talking before we went live. Like we just love David. We were doing impressions of you, David.
Oh my goodness.
But it's so good to have you back. Let me tell everyone who you are if they have not heard you before on the show. David Easel holds a master's degree and is a #1 best-selling author, counselor, master life coach, and international speaker whose mission is to positively affect 2 million or more people every day, regardless of their current circumstances. David's work is also highly endorsed by the late Wayne Dyer, a great man, as well as Mark Victor Hansen's Chicken Soup for the Soul, as well as many other celebrities, radio and television networks from around the United States of America, and especially celebrity Jenny McCarthy says that David Easel is the new leader of the positive thinking movement. You can find David at davideasel.com. That's DAVIDESSEL.com. Okay, David, let's talk about this. Is it dating and courtship, or is it love bombing? What is love bombing?
Yeah, Bernadette, I get clients every week that are wondering why this incredible relationship that started out on fire ended in 3 weeks or 2 months or 4 months. And when we look at it, they were victims of love bombers.
Really?
So and a love bomber is someone that comes on so hot, so heavy. They will say things without ever meeting you, like you have the most gorgeous eyes I've ever seen. Your smile lights up the planet Pluto. They will go and they will say things, and what they're doing is they're doing it to hook you. There's a great story that we wrote about in a recent article about a woman when she came into the restaurant to meet this guy. Very first date, they had talked online dating site, and he walked in with 24 roses in this very expensive vase, and of course put it down, and the presentation was amazing, and people around the restaurant were clapping, and she was sucked in right away. She said, "I've never had someone that knows how much I like roses." I mean, like, he tapped in by talking to her a couple times on the phone, and then he made a big to-do. Well, the very next day, she gets a text from him saying, "Hey, I have a special surprise tonight. We're going to go to this place. I'm not going to blow it for you." So he went and picked her up, and they had this outrageous romantic rendezvous. And then the next day was really interesting, Bernadette, because all of a sudden he sent her a text saying, "Here's our plans for the next 2 months."
What? That's crazy. That's insane.
She bought it. Like, when the relationship ended several weeks later, it was probably about 2 months later when it ended, she said, "How could someone do that?" And it's like, well, you didn't set any boundaries. You got sucked into the vortex of this person coming in and planning your life and blowing you away with love bombing, which is quite the opposite of traditional courtship or dating.
Yeah. And so are love bombers, are they codependent as well?
Well, it's funny. If you look at it on a scale, there's some that actually go close to being sociopaths. In other words, they'll do whatever it takes to achieve a goal, no matter how unrealistic it is. So they have a goal, and that is, let's say, to get into bed with someone, or they have a goal, whatever that goal might be. And they will blow you away with compliments, with gifts, with all kinds of amazing things that maybe you've never seen before in order to hook you early. But now, in traditional courtship, someone wouldn't need... Now, these love bombers are outrageously insecure.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Bernadette, that's like one of the big traits of someone who's insecure, is they can't wait. They have no patience. They need to have you commit now. They need to have you commit fast and hard. There was 2 years ago a woman that met a love bomber, and on the second date he said, "I got a special surprise for you. Next week we're going to San Diego for 7 days." Now, this was the second date. And so she came into the office. She said, "You're not going to believe it. Look at the hotel we're staying at. Look at this, look at that, look at that." And so I said, "Well, that's fantastic. How long have you dated him?" "Well, we just had our second date." So you're going to go across the country for 7 days. Yeah, you're staying in a public hotel, so you're probably going to be safe. But you don't have any clue. And so the first couple days of the trip were a blast. But then all of a sudden, Mr. Control came out.
Yeah.
And the last 5 days were hell on earth for her. So, but in traditional courtship, we want to go much slower.
Oh, yeah. Well, in a traditional courtship or just in a healthy relationship, you would never have that kind of wild behavior, if you will. You know, it's just kind of over the top. Not kind of. It's very over the top. So I'm reading, though, that there's phases of love bombing. The first is idealization and then devaluation and then discard and then repeat. Is that pretty much how it goes?
Yeah, so what happens is that you are the king or the queen of this person's life. You've never, ever met anyone like this. You know, you're giving these persons all kinds of compliments. And once you hook them in, then you just do whatever you want. And you could say to them, I don't want you going out with your girlfriends every Friday night like you used to. You're with me now.
Yikes.
So now the control comes in, right? And then the discard part is that if you don't keep playing at their level, then they're just going to let you go. They could come back. But more often than not, true love bombers just move on.
Wow.
Now,
that's. I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I can see why they call it a love bomber because it's scary. That's a very scary person that you're describing.
Yeah, and it's nonstop. That's the bombing part. You know, it's the flowers, it's the text, it's the. You know, there's a woman I'm working with right now, and she was smart as heck. She caught this very early on, but like on the fourth day, he started texting her, even though she said, "Listen, I'm an entrepreneur. If you want to text me or call me, it has to be after 8 o'clock at night." He was texting 3, 4, 5 times a day, and she asked him politely to stop. He got offended, you know, and this is what love bombers, because remember, they have so low self-esteem that if you push back and they get offended, you know you're with a love bomber.
Wow.
The minute you set boundaries and you say, yeah, listen, I had a great time Sunday night, and I know you just asked me out Monday to do something, but I'm not available until Thursday. Like, that amount of space early in a relationship is really healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But the love bomber will say, wait a minute, I just spent $250 on dinner last night. How can you say no? We had a great time. You told me when we left that I was exactly who you were looking for. Why are you hesitating now? Like, they'll put the pressure on.
Well, you know, I've always been one to never let a guy pay for anything for me. It's very rare. I always at least insist on paying half. And I think that's a good practice for all people in general, especially women. So then they're not so easily bought and paid for, if you will, or easily controlled.
No, Bernadette, what you're saying every woman in the world should do until you get into a committed relationship and decide that you're going to be monogamous with this individual. Mm-hmm. Everyone should be doing what you just said.
Yeah.
Keep a locus of control. When you're splitting, you're in control. If he or she refuses, then you say, fine, you get tonight, I get the next night. You know, like, there's different ways that you can play. Okay, you got dinner tonight. We plan on going to the movies in 4 or 5 days. I'll pick up that. But you hang on to a particular part of control when you don't allow someone to sweep you off your feet and to pay for everything up front right away. I love that comment.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I was thinking as I was driving too, and people don't do this anymore. We as Americans, and I know this is off topic, but we really need to get back to saving. What happened to saving? People don't save money anymore. You don't even hear anyone talk about it or think about it, but it's kind of like an old-fashioned principle in some way, you know, related to what we're talking about, because it's you know, the person that holds the purse strings controls the relationship. And I don't think that any person, be man or woman, should ever be in a relationship like that. Would you agree?
Oh, it's so unhealthy. And a lot of women, just being stereotypical, that I have worked with in the past, have come in saying, I'm tired of working. I just want a guy to take care of me for the rest of my life. And I always tell them this. I said, listen, if that's your goal, there's nothing wrong with it. But just understand, you ain't getting it for free.
Yeah. Well,
you're going to be underneath the control of someone, whether you're a man or a woman. They will hold the power, and you'll be unhappy probably in a short period of time because they're going to have expectations you may not want to fulfill.
Well, it sounds like that men do this more often than women. Is that the case?
In love bombing, yes. Although I got to tell you something funny. About 8 years ago, I was love bombed.
Really?
Yeah, and until
what did she look like?
Well, you know, she was gorgeous. But
of course she was.
One day I come down at my office to the front desk, and there's this huge cake there. And they said, hey, some girl dropped this off. I said, okay, thanks. You know, now I had gone out with her once, like 3 or 4 weeks before that. There was a cake. The next day there was 2 shirts and 2 pairs of jeans, my size exactly.
Oh, my gosh.
And then it kept going, and it kept going and kept going and going. And because I've worked in the world of love bombing so long, I go, oh, my God, I'm being love bombed. Like, I had never been love bombed before. And I just politely, declined. I just said, thank you very much, but, because of A, B, C, and D, I'm not going to be able to accept these gifts. But they were now, we did keep the cake, and everyone ate it, and that was great.
Yeah, I think the cake, I guess it would be sending a cake. That seems harmless. But the next day with the jeans, I would have been, run, David, run, right?
I know. And fortunately, because doing this work, I was able to go, holy crap, so this is what it looks like. And it's very seductive, Bernadette.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
When if you're a woman and, you go out and the very first date, the guy's walking in with 24 roses in this very expensive vase or vase, like you're going, oh, my God, I think I've met Prince Charming.
Mm-hmm.
And, and if some woman is doing the same thing, it's like, holy cow, look at the attention she or he is giving me. Look at the time they're putting into me, and it's very seductive, but it's a trap.
Yeah, it sounds really scary, and so it sounds very stalkerish. So what are the main tips to tell, another tip for anyone out there listening to, like, a immediate red flag other than, like, expensive gifts?
Okay, well, first of all, it's the amount of texts, the amount of emails, the amount of phone calls. If it seems like they're bombarding you, that's love bombing, number one. Number two is the expectation that because they've done X, you owe them Y. Like, we went out to this really expensive dinner. It's Sunday night, and now I expect you to come with me here. And anyone who's planning in advance, like you've just met them and they've got your next 3 weeks planned out, that's love bombing. Be wary. Wow.
Scary stuff. And I'm great. Yeah. I'm glad we talked about it. Always great to have you on the show. David, thank you so much, and have a really great day.
You too, Bernadette. Bye now.
Okay. That's David Easel. You can find him at davidessel.com. We have Marta Zaraska coming up. She is the author of the book Meat Hooked. You're not going to want to miss it. And Jill Lane, How to Cook for Your Family and Reduce Fast Food Intake. Stay tuned, everyone. You're listening to One Life Radio. Wellbeing Journal is a remarkable bi-monthly health publication esteemed by intelligent readers worldwide. It's available in print or digital, single issues or subscription. Its focus is on living a happy, healthy life and preventing or healing illnesses naturally. Preventing or healing cancer, arthritis, cardiovascular conditions, and digestive issues, as well as nutritional solutions for optimal health, are regular subjects. Learn more at wellbeingjournal.com.
Hi, this is Vaughn Eaglin. As a licensed professional counselor and supervisor, I spend my career helping people cope with emotional problems. But today, I want to talk to you about nutrition. People ask me all the time for nutrition and weight loss advice, and I always find myself recommending a raw vegan protein, a food supplement called Warrior Blend by Sun Warrior. I wasn't always active and fit. In fact, I was very overweight as a child, and as a counselor, I must emphasize the importance of the mind-body connection. A clean body helps with a clean mind. Start today with Sun Warrior Blend Raw Vegan Protein. For more information, go to sunwarrior.com and start living clean today.
Hi, everyone. It's Bernadette. Everyone knows that I'm a strong believer in the numerous health benefits of cannabinoids and CBD oils. As with any supplement, I always do my research and my homework to find the highest quality product on the market. That's why I'm so happy to announce our partnership with the H Hemp Company, founded by a group of the most experienced and respected names in the CBD community. H Hemp offers a line of innovative products that are all natural and tested for quality. Choose from flavorful oils, restorative body balm, and minty breath spray, all at affordable prices. And for every H Hemp product sold, the company makes a donation towards the fight against opioid and anti-anxiety drug addiction, an epidemic affecting millions of families across the nation today. H Hemp products produce a sense of calm, fight post-workout inflammation, and the company gives back to our community. What more could we ask for? Search online for H Hemp Company and use the code OLR for 20% off your first order. That's OLR for 20% off your first order.
Hi, I'm Bob Barker. This is my friend Benny. Before you buy cosmetics, personal care, or household products, you be sure they have not been tested on animals. Everything from floor cleaner to shampoo is poured into animals' eyes and down their throats. They suffer intensely. Some even go blind. The price is never right